want to share it to my mom and brother, please, so that they know?
Can you? I guess I could try. Hang on. Hello. We'll get started here in a second, talking about a book called The New Order of Barbarians. Links in the description. No, dear. Well, while I'm streaming, the Facebook hates me. Maybe I can do it on the telefono. Hello, three people who are here. My happy music, before we get started, just so you all are aware. Highly important information. Who do you think I'm talking to, dear? Not you. That's who.
Are you already streaming?
Yes, ma'am. My happy music is like upbeat, I guess you could call it Celtic instrumental stuff. I like it. I've been playing it a lot recently at home. Okay, so I'm going to share this to Marlene Mason Harrison and Carl. You want to join us again? Righto. All right, dear, I think I did it. Sent the link to your mom and Jared. Hey, Carl, buddy. Who wants to see Carl? Come on, buddy. Come on. You don't want to come up now that you're invited. Come on. You're crazed. You can come up later, but don't come clawing and scratching your way up here. Oh, there you are. There he is. The live stream interrupter. He's going to type on the keyboard and mess up the live stream because he works for Fauci and, not Fauci, Mark Ward and James White behind the scenes. Let's see. Well, in the meantime, maybe give a couple more people a chance to pop on. Bring this down probably a little bit. That's a little better. I could almost swear that the book that moderate activity, got it. Okay. Howdy from Idaho. Stephen Hayes is already here. William Robertson, good to see you again. Good to see you. Your little orange W. I could almost swear that David W. Daniels' book. Dear, could you turn that down a little bit? It's very distracting hearing myself right afterwards. Like that. That's okay. Just turning it down is nice. I could have swore it was in here, but it might be in here, or it might be in here. I completely rearranged my bookshelf, and I'm still trying to figure out where I put everything, because I arranged things by height, because I'm constantly being told to put my heaviest books on the bottom and the lightest books on the top. And I was like, well, that makes no sense, because what I thought was, hey, the thicker books go on the bottom, the skinnier books go on the top. But then I was like, that doesn't make any sense, because you still have the same amount of paper covering the same. But then I was like, oh, you have more paper going this way if the book is taller. So if I put the tallest books on the bottom and books that have like, that denser kind of paper, then I should be pretty good doing it that way. And right now, all the little books are on the top, except the Bible's up there, and all the bigger books are on the bottom, and I know where nothing is. But that's okay. Nothing new. I'm going to take a quick scan because there's a section at the back of one of David W. Daniels' recent books. And the section, I could almost swear the section is called The Bible Version Conspiracy, which is the name of our beloved YouTube channel here. It's definitely not in here. I'm gonna try this one more time. I could have swore it was in the world's oldest Bible a fake. Did the Catholics give us the Bible? Blah, 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 blah. Do 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 do. 5 people. Wow. Tischendorf. Maimonides, the Tsar, the Conclusion, Appendix. I am not seeing what I want to see in here, and I'm upset. Anywho, so this is the book in question that we're going to be talking about tonight. It's called The New Order of Barbarians. On Amazon, it is listed as being by public record. I believe the paperback is published by somebody. I know it's print on demand by Amazon. I know the tapes used to be distributed by, I think, maybe Coalition for Life or something. So I'm going to let you guys know what's on YouTube and what's on the website and things you can look up. Not that I want you to be distracted while you're listening to me read the portions of this thing. This is probably one of the scariest books, if it is true, that is out there. One person said before that New Age Bible Versions is the scariest book that they've ever read. They may not have read this book, because this book confirms New Age Bible Versions in part. And also, I'm going to make myself a little smaller. It confirms New Age Bible Versions in part. And it talks about a lot more scariness on its way. Just so I can see what kind of audience I am dealing with here. Thank you for liking the video. All 5 people who were watching a minute ago. You 6th person, you're out of line. You got to like the video. Of course, you haven't seen it yet, so I don't blame you for not liking something you haven't seen yet. But you can always unlike it just in case you end up not liking the video. So who in the comments, if you have a YouTube channel, you can comment on the live streams. If you do not have a YouTube channel, I suggest while we're reading this stuff that you set one up in another tab, because that way we'll actually be able to, you'll be able to interact with people in the comment section. You'll be able to like, share, and subscribe. You'll be able to receive notifications when we go live on Friday nights and stuff like that, which I am hoping to only run for an hour tonight, because last time got way out of hand. It was something like 3 hours, and I was exhausted by the end of it, and, you know, all sorts of nonsense. So we're going to try to keep this one as short and sweet as we can, not too short, not like, okay, guys, I'm done. It's 15 minutes, we're over. But I am going to try to keep this one a little bit more concise. And so far, nobody has commented in the comments, which is where such things should go, about knowing about the New Order of Barbarians. Because this was a tape set also back in the day. I believe it was 4 cassette tapes. right now we have this on YouTube on our playlist. 7 people liked it. 1 more person than is actually watching. That's good. That's probably also the guy that voted Democrat. You know, that one guy made a song, When I Die, Don't Let Me Vote Democrat. Anyways, I'm getting in trouble already. Okay, so. See, this is the thing about going on late. And I'd wanted to take a nap. Hi, Spray Arm. I've watched it in your YouTube channel, Stephen Hayes. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you've seen it then. There are 4 different cassettes. The first one is Lawrence Dunnigan, who heard this talk that we're going to read about on the back of the book. He sat there, he tried to remember everything that he could. And the first tape is him recalling what he heard. The second tape is also him recalling what he heard. The third is a interview with a lady from, I believe, Coalition for Life. I would love to know if they're still operating. I don't know if they are or not. They might be a good people to They may be good people to link on our page of the month at cardcarryingchristians.com. Because this month is Choice Survivor. Because we are all, since Roe versus Wade came in, and until like last year where Roe versus Wade was kicked out, all of us born in between that time for that 40-year or so span are choice survivors. Our mothers did not wipe us out before we were born. We survived the choice. So we are very fortunate. I'm a choice survivor, and so are you. And that is our page of the month. So enjoy. We're down to 2 viewers. That's sad. Maybe YouTube just doesn't know what it's talking about. I don't know. Let's see. So if you guys want to check out all 4 tapes, I have it in a full, huge, long, enormous video, which has all of them put back to back. And there is nothing to separate them. I do not have them broken into chapters yet. That is something that I want to do eventually, but I've got so much going on. If anybody ends up watching it and is a very generous and helpful soul, and they can, and if they have the book or buy the book, and if they can break it up under section headings and timestamps, number, colon, number for the minute and the second and the hour and stuff that it goes into, that would be absolutely fantastic. But I don't want to volunteer people. I don't want to make people do work that I should probably do. I can do it, but also bearing in mind, 3 kids, trying to run a website, trying to manage a Patreon, trying to do these live streams every night, trying to figure out how to do taxes and deductibles. I've been breaking my head over that for the last couple of days. Just, all kinds of nonsense. I do have somebody who knows what they're doing with taxes helping me out, but I've got homework and I'm just like beating my head on the table. So there's that long video, and then I have it broken up into the 4 tapes on the 4 tapes on YouTube, so you guys can actually listen to them in segments, and you know which one you're on. There's a playlist on our YouTube channel for the Bible version conspiracy about the New Order of Barbarians, and you can also go to cardcarryingchristians.com. I want to get more information about this, confirmation about it. I have not had the chance to go and dig this stuff up. If anybody knows of things like that, that actually verify that this has happened, that this talk actually took place, the more evidence, the better. I would love to feature it on cardcarryingchristians.com/Barbarians. So we have 3 people watching right now, according to YouTube. It'll probably spike back up, but that's kind of what it did before. It went down to like 2, and then it went back up to 4, and who knows. I think that if you navigate to a different tab, it also does that. Fourth section of Daniel's book is called Daniel's which one? Spray arm, Charles. Fourth section, huh? Separating fact from fiction. Which book? Is the world's oldest Bible of faith? What page are you on? Charles. Because I know it's in here. It actually kind of struck me because I noticed is what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a website called the Bible Version Conspiracy, but this was back when I was trying to work with the Wealthy Affiliate. It's called. It's a I believe a Canadian company. They do a lot of helping people get on top of their SEOs and making information type blogs and websites and stuff like that. Which I tried doing at one point, but then I was like, if I'm going to do this and just be linking affiliate links constantly, then why don't I just 249? Now, see, I was way off. Why not just do YouTube if that's what you do with the website? And I could make videos a lot better than I could make blog posts all the time and drive traffic to my website and all that stuff. Section 4, Bible Version Conspiracy. There was another one, though, I thought, that was like a heading toward the end of one of his books. That was like in, regular sentence case. I don't know. Manly P. Hall and his quote. Chris Pinto. And Manly P. Hall's quote, I think, is more hard to nail down. I'm pretty sure that Joey Faust actually kind of pieced that together. I'm not sure if that's where David Daniels got that quote, but I don't know. I want to look more into that one too. I want to find out exactly what went on there. Because I've been told by brother Joey that quotation of Manly P. Hall about the King James Bible and them, who the them are, trying to come out with a better one. But everybody just wants the King James Bible, and it's so annoying. That quotation was actually more or less stapled together based on different people have referenced it or something like that. Something like that there. I think I can do this. This will make it easier for me to actually be looking at the camera, because I'll have the camera right next to my ugly face on there. That's not terrible. I want a light over here, though. It's a little bright. That should work. Yeah, that works pretty good, I think. Okay. It's just a little bit too bright. Is there a way? I don't know. Trying to, come on, MacGyver, think. Oh, we got 9 people. That is impressive. We'll be getting into this book thing in a second. I'm just trying to figure out my lighting situation real quick. We've been talking a little bit about the book called The New Order of Barbarians. The link is in the description. Joseph is lit. Yeah. Yeah, my face is a little bit burnt out. Whatever. Let's diffuse this a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's better. Okay. Powder. Yeah. Powder. Like gunpowder, or like I should powder my nose because it's too glossy. I don't know what he's talking about. All right, let's talk about this. When on stage. All right, so this is the back, a little bit of an introduction for the people who apparently have not had contact with this book yet. And this is a transcript, basically, of, I think, the entire set. Yeah, because, yeah, the first interview was on tape 3, and that was with a lady with, I think, Coalition for Life. And then the second one was that guy. He comes on really late here on WJIV. Bringing you the story behind the story. That guy. Lost. I'm not going to have any peace until I look that up. Barbarians 4. Dr. Stan at Radio Liberty. That's right. Okay. All right. Sorry. Now I can sleep tonight. Once this is over. All right. So here it is. The suspense has been mounting for too long. Let's just do this. This is the most frightening true story ever told. To a certain extent, yes. You guys have read Revelation and stuff. I'm assuming everybody watching this, coast to coast. No, not coast to coast. You are to be ashamed, Chucky, because you haven't heard of this book yet, and I heard about it from a friend, so I can't really say much. And he's big into this conspiracy type stuff, so I really appreciate him. Give you a shout out, Wesley Douglas. You are the man. So This is the most frightening true story ever told. On March 20th, 1969, Dr. Lawrence Dunnigan listened to a member of the Order deliver a hair-raising speech in a room full of doctors. Pediatricians, mostly, I believe. He and the others were told not to record what they were hearing, but instead to take notes. If I remember correctly, he was actually very specific not to take notes. So the person who wrote the back of this may or may not have actually listened to it. And I think I've listened to it twice or 3 times. The speaker insisted that he was doing the doctors a favor by explaining how the world was going to change. He said he believed that if they knew, they would be better prepared to accept the coming changes. By the way, as a note, just before we get too much into this, the Order, Richard Day is supposed to have been a member of the Order. If you guys remember from Where 'Tis It? Like I said earlier, I am still trying to relearn my bookshelf because I have reorganized my entire office. Anyways, Jacopo Leone, who is referenced by Chris Pinto, his book, The Jesuit Conspiracy, he refers to the Jesuits as the Order, capital T, capital O. I believe it was a Mormon cult. Saw a video on YouTube a little while ago of a guy transporting 3 girls, I think at least 1 or 2 of them actually underage, in a trailer with no real way out. And I guess they had a porta potty and crude seats in there and stuff. And he was like the leader of some Mormon-based cult, which the members of that cult called the Order. And the Order, that phrase comes up a lot. So we'll see. Anyone can read this book and know these changes are well underway. And yes, when you read this book, you will think that you are listening to something like Current, and it's not. This is from 69 is when the speech was given, and then Lawrence Dunnigan actually came out publicly with it about 20 years later after seeing all of these things actually happening. He didn't think they would, most of them. What we didn't know was where the changes have been taking us until now. Yep. With satanic abortion clinics. No, like literally satanic abortion clinics that are going to be publicly performing ritual abortions. And you can sign the petition to go against that on Citizen Go. It just keeps on getting more and more and more open. And apparently we don't have anything to look forward to if their plans go as planned. Lock the doors, pull the curtains, and prepare to see what you may never have realized. Once you understand the plan, you cannot help but see it advancing all around you. Once you've read this book, once you listen to those tapes, you will never look at the world that you know the same again. The biggest question of all is not should we, but how can we stop what is happening? Our big thing has always been peaceful non-compliance. Hopefully that keeps working. Inside these pages is the transcript of 3 taped interviews. 3 taped interviews. I don't think the first one was an interview at all. It was just a tape. like I said, I'm not sure that the person that it seems like the people that write books and the people that illustrate books and people that write the back covers of books don't communicate very well on a lot of different things. Inside these pages are the transcript of 3 taped interviews on the New Order of Barbarians, referred to on the tapes simply as the New World System. Tapes 1 and 2 are reminiscences by Dr. Lawrence Dunnigan of a speech given in 1969 from an insider of the order, Dr. Richard Day, whose credentials are listed as a chairman of the Department of Pediatrics at the University of Pittsburgh, a medical director of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, and a member of the order. Editorial note. This is the transcript of 3 tapes on the New Order Barbarians, referred to on these tapes simply as the New World System. Tapes 1 and 2 are the reminiscences of Dr. Lawrence Dunnigan of a speech given on March 20th, 1969 by an insider of the order, Dr. Richard Day, whose credentials are given in an interview with Dr. Dunnigan on tape 3. Oh, that was all the same sentence. Randy Engel, National Director, U.S. Coalition for Life, served as moderator during these interviews. Tapes were originally available from Florida Pro Family Forum, Highland City, Florida, and are currently available from Radio Liberty. So if you want to get the tapes, I don't know who listens to cassettes anymore exclusively, but per eyewitness, Dr. Dunnigan, the original speech given in 1969 was delivered by Richard Day, and then it lists the same credentials which we just read you from the back cover. First, a few messages from the grave. And that's from Winston Churchill and John F. Kennedy and Abraham Lincoln. We might get into those in the future. I like your kitty. Yes, we like him too. Carl is a nice boy. Interesting story with him. We thought he was a girl at first. We're going to get to the quotation about the Bible version thing in a second here. We thought he was a girl, so we named him Caramel because he's got kind of caramel coloring mixed in with his subdued stripes and white underbelly and white boots and everything. And we couldn't tell for a while, and one night, you know, we're trying to figure out if he's a boy or a girl because he seems like a boy and stuff like this, and we're looking at him and down there, you know, and my wife and I exclaim at the same time, we're like, "It's a boy!" And he was having some gut issues at the time, and he ripped one right in our faces. Just a small little, but it was like the room was instantly toxic, and it was like, "Wah!" So, anyways, he became Carl after that because it was very similar to caramel. So, anyways, that's that. All right, let me look up this part. I believe it's at about 42 minutes on tape 1, if you look it up on the YouTube videos. Euthanasia and the Demise Pill from page 24. Any of you with older people in your lives, any of you who may be older people, may want to pay attention to that section. Planning the control over medicine, limiting access to affordable medical care, makes eliminating elderly easier. And on those same lines also, check out our page cardcarryingchristians.com / I've got to look it up to be sure. I don't have this description. Sorry. Card carrying Christians. I think it's something like Hospice Holocaust, I think. Which also we're running into evidence now that there are actually some very dark death cults that have either worked their way in or are just a part of the care, so-called, of the elderly. Yep. cardcarryingchristians.com / hospice holocaust as one word. Nobody wants to talk about this. Everybody wants to talk about abortion. But are we going to talk about how people are literally being starved in nursing homes? On purpose. And oh, they're crazy. They're saying these things and stuff like this. Oh, they're crazy. They might not be crazy. They might be seeing something that you don't even know exists, especially in your area. That's the thing, is we don't think that something exists in our own area. It's so hard to accept that. It's hard to accept that, Bigfoot could be in your backyard. It's in somebody else's backyard out in Washington or something. That's okay. It's up there in the Sierra Mountains. That's okay. But thinking that something is happening in your neighborhood, thinking that there's a cult operating just down the street at that bar that you drive by every day on the way to work, stuff like that, it's hard to accept because you don't think it's my area. And it's the same thing with like school shootings and stuff like that. You don't think it would happen where you live, but when it does, it's just like, here? How could that happen here? So, and I think a lot of that might have to do with getting power from different individuals. Bill Schneblin had to talk about that in a video that he did on the right of the divine king, not the divine right of kings. Very kind of in a creepy way associated. And I haven't supplied the link to that either, but you guys can look up Dr. William Schneblin, Schneebelen, Schneblin. And he had a talk just recently on Diana and the right of the divine king. That's where if the crops are failing and there's a drought and stuff like this, the king's blood must be shed because the king is a sort of a god and the king can pick someone to be killed instead of himself vicariously. It's scary. So anyways, we'll probably leave that where it is. I highly recommend reading that section on the demise pill. On page 24. That would also be on tape 1, I believe. Let me see. And we'll get more information on something that may have happened here locally to somebody that I knew growing up that has recently died, and she may have been in a very interesting situation, say. Put the name of the book on the description below. Yes, I did, I believe. If you don't see it, if you don't see the name of the book, let me know, William, and I will change that for sure. But there is an affiliate link, which is a free way of helping us because we need to try to get an approved sale to keep our Amazon affiliates account open. And if you click that link and you purchase within 24 hours, we get a small commission at no extra cost to you from what you purchase. So just a full disclosure on that. And we do need that purchase in the next probably few weeks, and I'm kind of hoping for that. So I was sure that I made a note in here about where that was. Some books would just disappear from libraries. It was not clear whether or not these books were being stolen or if these books were just simply vanishing or if they were taken by library staff or if they were borrowed and never returned. Different things like that. Books disappearing from libraries. That is on page 43, and we are on page 36. For those of you that have a copy of this, run and grab it real quick. I'll give you a second. New Order of Barbarians, the New World System. And you guys can look at page 36. We'll start on page 35. Education as a tool for accelerating the onset of puberty and evolution. Somewhere along in here, was also something about accelerating the onset of puberty. Remember, this is a transcript of him reminiscing and him just basically going off of his memory of what he heard because he was not allowed to take notes. Some people have said that he took notes on napkins. Other people have said that he used, like remembering devices to be able to remember most of what he recites here. And this was said in connection with health and later in connection with education and connecting the accelerating of the process of evolutionary change. There was a statement that, quote, "We think that we can push evolution faster in the direction we want it to go." I remember this only as a general statement. I don't recall any of the details were given, if any details were given about that. That was something that Hitler thought, didn't he? He was going to accelerate evolution. That's what the people that are involved in the magic arts, they think they're going to become the Homo noeticus, the new man. We're going to accelerate evolution in our lifetime and become as gods. Blending all religions. The old religions will have to go. And remember, Lawrence Dunnigan is not a crazy fundamentalist Baptist pastor. He is a Catholic pediatrician. Blending all religions. The old religions will have to go. Another area of discussion was religion. This is an avowed atheist speaking, and that would be Dr. Richard Day, who I believe also taught him in college, or university, rather. And he said, quote, "Religion is not necessarily bad. A lot of people seem to need religion, with its mysteries and rituals, so they will have religion." And yeah, there's a lot of that in Mormonism and Roman Catholicism and Islam and people like that. As far as ritual with Baptists, I mean, communion, and fried chicken are about the closest thing I can think of as Baptist rituals. So they will have religion, but the major religions of today have to be changed because they are not compatible with the changes to come. The old religions will have to go, especially Christianity. Once the Roman Catholic Church is brought down, the rest of Christianity will follow easily. Then it will be accepted for use all over the world. It will incorporate something from all the old ones to make it more easy for people to accept and feel at home in. Does that not sound like the New Age? Or the Newage, because it rhymes with sewage. Something from everybody, Gnosticism. We know how all the religions are actually connected. And you need to listen to us because then everything is going to be peaceful and harmonic. It will incorporate something from all the old ones and make it more easy for people to accept it and feel at home in it. Most people won't be too concerned with religions. They will realize that they don't need it. Changing the Bible through revisions of keywords. Now, I'm glad that we're almost at our peak of viewers right now at 8, because this is important, and we've got about 15 minutes left. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. Is it available as a PDF on the Internet Archive? I do not know. I have not looked for a PDF, but I'm sure there's a PDF out there somewhere. If you find one from a good site that looks like a nice layout, something that is workable and usable, let me know. You can send me a link. Either you can leave it in a comment on a video or here, or you can message it to me, or you can email me at BibleVersionConspiracy@gmail.com. Bible Version Conspiracy is one word. Revision of keywords. That's what most of this book was about. When it got into the textual stuff, Richard Day does not talk about the textual stuff. I am hoping eventually to have read this book, which was promoted by D.A. Waite and also written by a woman, by Janet Moser, called Gnosticism, the doctrinal foundation of the new Bible versions. I am looking forward to reading that very much. Large format, especially since it was a woman who wrote it and D.A. Waite is endorsing it and publishing it. That is very interesting. And when, of course, Gale came out with Hazardous Materials, that would be this book right here. D.A. Waite was not very happy with her. All of a sudden, she was a divorcee and an undercover witch and a woman usurping authority in churches and all sorts of things. I just found that kind of interesting. If you guys have any more information about their falling out, that would also be interesting to make a video on, so you can send me more information at the email address that I mentioned, or you can leave a comment on our website. Any old page will do. Any old page on our website has a contact form which you can fill out, and those emails will come right to me. Okay, so getting into this part. Changing the Bible through revisions of key words. In order to do this, the Bible will be changed. It will be rewritten to fit the new religion. Now, this is something I don't remember anybody talking about this. I remember Mark Ward getting really sensitive about how David W. Daniels and Gail Riplinger are wild-eyed conspiracy people. Kooks, you know. They are wild-eyed conspiracy theorists. Okay. Well, if that's true, why don't we just talk a little bit about Lawrence Dunnigan and Richard Day and the New Order of Barbarians, where it talks about how the Bible is to be changed in its key words in order to fit a new world religion. because David W. Daniels references that. Gail Riplinger does not. She's actually coming right up in a second. But do we actually talk about that? No. Because then people's suspicions would be raised. And that's what this channel is for. This channel is to bring things to the front where things can be talked about, because people take the word conspiracy theorist, throw it at anybody they don't want to talk to. You're crazy, be quiet. And personally, I don't know if you are, I hope you are, tired of it. Sorry, I got distracted by a comment here. Coleman, the committee of 300 is a really great. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Let me write that down. I am personally tired of people that do their research, people that believe their Bible, people that have suspicions about the status quo of textual criticism and modern versions and stuff like that. And I'm tired of people being belittled just because they know something that other people don't. That is actually the definition, a good working definition of a conspiracy theorist. Someone who knows something that you don't. Oh, that's a conspiracy. Sugar's actually not good for you. Sugar can be sugar can cause cancer because cancer just loves sugar. Like sugar, like table sugar, not apple sugar, not honey sugar, but like, you know. And of course, you know, my one friend would tell that to his dad. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory, because he didn't want to talk about it. So, nope, everything that you've learned is a conspiracy theory, because I didn't know that, and if it was true, I would know that. There is no such thing as a living dinosaur. That is a conspiracy theory. Loch Ness Monster, Mowgli, and Mbembe, Kongamato, all of those different ones are conspiracy theories. Because if there were dinosaurs still alive, we would already know about it. Carl. Hey, dude. There's a living dinosaur right there. Roar. And that's what they said about the panda bear. The panda bear can't possibly exist, because if it actually existed, science would already know about it. That's what they said about all sorts of things like flight and submarines and cars and stuff like that. Well, you know, okay, maybe there's things yet to be discovered. Maybe science doesn't know everything. And what I'm really tired of, and I hope you are too, is people acting like everybody who knows something like this that other people don't is simply a conspiracy theorist. Let me know in the comments if like type, you know, I'm tired of it too, or something like this. I'm going to keep reading. This is page 37. Look up Committee of 300 book. John Coleman. Facebook is tired of me being a conspiracy theorist. Yes, Charles, you are a menace. I love what you post, though. It is hilarious, most of it, and very good points. Suffer not what to live. Okay, I'm sorry. And generally, keywords, gradually, keywords will be replaced with new words having various shades of meaning. Then the meaning attached to the new word can be close to the old word, and as time goes on, other shades of meaning for that word can be emphasized, and then gradually that word replaced with another word. And Lawrence Dunnigan says, to clarify, I don't know if I'm making that clear, but the idea is that everything in Scripture need not be rewritten, just keywords replaced with other words. And the variability in meaning attached to those words can be used as a tool to change the entire meaning of Scripture, and therefore make it acceptable to this new religion. Most people, now this is interesting, most people won't know the difference. Most people won't know the difference. And yeah, that quote is on Joey Foss's book, The Word God Will Keep It. You guys can check that out as a PDF, or you can contact Joey for hard copies. We have a page for that as well, cardcarryingchristians.com/theword, as one word, the word. Most people won't know the difference between modern versions and older versions and how they're being changed. And this was another one of the times where he said, the few who do notice the difference won't be enough to matter. New Age Bible versions noticed. Gail Ripplinger noticed a poor old lady laid up for something like 5 years with connective tissue disorder. You like my sign? Sitting there, comparing modern translations and getting madder by the hour. Something similar happened to my sister-in-law. I'm not going to give her name, obviously. But she had a complication with her health, and boy, I think it's getting I think it's getting better now. She's still got some stuff that she's got to figure out, but she was laid up pretty good for quite a while, and her younger daughter started going through the NIV and comparing it to the King James Bible because they had their suspicions aroused by, I think, I'm not sure if I really played a hand in it, but one of our relatives through marriage did. Who I just found out is actually a fan of Gail Ripplinger. It was very interesting to hear. And she started comparing them, and she just said that it just kept compounding, and they're just like, this isn't the same. This is just like, what? And it's true. Get yourself a parallel Bible if you don't have one. I should seriously link one somewhere and just start looking back and forth. And it's just going to be like, wow, that really doesn't say the same thing at all. And just looking at that way, without all of the scholarly garble that comes in and tells you exactly why they made the change and stuff like that, just looking at it for what it is a lot of the time can just be like, wow, I'm really seriously questioning using this newer one. Even if it's supposed to be based on the most modern scholarship and stuff like this. By the way, academics talking, giving you what's going to happen. And, oh, you're saying that the most prestigious scholars in all of the world, Europe, America, Germany, that they're all deceived? How could you possibly say such a thing? That's as bad as saying that they're purposefully conspiring against the King James Bible. Pish posh. That would be Mark Ward's position. He when I commented with him and had a brief conversation, he said that it's actually kind of worse if all of the good Christians who are involved in modern versions and stuff like this are being deceived. It's almost worse than if they're actually consciously taking part in a New World Order conspiracy. And I was like, that is an interesting position. Okay, you might want to think that one through for a little bit. Because we can't be fooled like that. That's, it's almost like a heresy of some kind. That, Well, if I'm going to be deceived, I might as well be a Satan worshiper. Is that the position we're seriously taking? Okay. I don't know. If Mark, if you see this, leave a comment. Verify. I hope you maybe you've thought about that statement recently. I don't know. We are at the hour mark, so I'm going to hurry this up. If you guys have any questions or comments, that would be awesome. They would be awesome to hear. You guys can post them in the chat, and I will see them. The churches will help us is the title of the next section. Big surprise. Quote. Then followed one of the most surprising statements of the whole presentation. Did you say the audio of the tapes is online somewhere? Yes. If you look up, if you go to our channel, you can check out the playlist called New Order of Barbarians or The New Order of Barbarians. You can type it in the search bar as well. Bible version conspiracy, New Order of Barbarians. It should come right up. It's the sun being eclipsed and some gold scripty writing. And yeah, they're all right there. You're welcome. Or you could go to our website, cardcarryingchristians.com/barbarians as one word. Then followed one of the most surprising statements of the whole presentation. He said, quote, "Some of you probably think the churches won't stand for this. This whole you're going to change the Bible. How could you possibly do that? This is madness. We shall not allow such a thing." Isn't that how it kind of should be? Internet Archives, please send me a link. Or wait, no, you're talking about the tapes. That is true. They are on the Internet Archives as well, I believe. I think somebody else also uploaded a version of it, the whole version to YouTube. This is where the churches won't stand for something like this. This is where our channel comes into play. If you guys, I'm going to give us another shameless plug before we close down here. If you guys want to support what we're doing, this little YouTube channel that we've got with only like 372 subscribers, which is relatively small in the grand scheme of things. If you guys want to support us, that would be tremendous. There is a great need that we have for the channel. Our family has many great needs, which will be, I hopefully do this full time eventually, and your support will make it possible. But the major need for this channel right now is an audio setup that will isolate background noise. I would love to do these live streams during regular business hours and not at 10, 12 at night, because it takes me about an hour or so to set up the live stream. And then by the time I do that, it's late. And I have to do it once the kids are in bed, or else you guys are going to hear the circus in the other room. So, and I love my kids. They're good. They're fairly well behaved, but for the background of a live stream, no, it can't work. So our goal right now is about $440 for the necessary audio setup. You guys can go to our Patreon page, or not our Patreon page, our Buy Me a Coffee page down in the description. I believe it is buymeacoffee.com/Joseph Armstrong or something like this. I forget, but the link's right down there. And you can go to the wish list tab, and that'll give you the different things that we are in need of, and you guys can donate as you see fit. You guys can also subscribe to the Buy Me a Coffee page. I would love to start being able to post on that. And also there's our Patreon, where you can donate as little as $1 a month. Yes, $1 a month. That's only $12 in a year, but just having that support would be fantastic. If everybody that subscribes to our channel did $1 a month, that would be about $360 or $350 a month. And we could do things with that. It would be amazing. But there's other tiers, $2, $5, $10, I believe is one, $20, $35, something like that. And for the higher tiers, you guys do get free merchandise, which is sent from Patreon to you, just to show you guys that we appreciate your giving. There's also one-time donation you guys can do down in the description. Buy me a coffee. You can give specifically 2 different items that we're looking to get. Such as that. But yes, I do want to do this channel full time because of this statement. The few who do notice the difference won't be enough to matter. I think it's time to start mattering. As King James Bible believers and as people who are constantly being accused of being conspiracy theorists, I think it's time to start mattering and start really pinning critics to the wall and going, okay, I know you want to call me a conspiracy theorist so bad, but could you please explain this to me? I would love to hear your explanation. I don't want this book to be true. I really don't. I would love if it wasn't true. Please, could you do something besides just be a cynic and a name caller and just tell us, just explain to us that how there is no conspiracy and you know there is no conspiracy. Please show us how you have proven the non-existence of a conspiracy and how this is just cockamamie nonsense. I would love for it to be that way. But I think this is serious. The churches will help us. Then followed one of the most surprising statements of the whole presentation. He said, quote, some of you probably think the churches won't stand for this. And he went on to say, quote, he said, quote, the churches will help us. I think that in Lawrence Dunnigan's own words, it was actually the church wouldn't stand for this, but I don't remember. Remember, he's Catholic. And then I think he changed it to churches in the second quote. The churches will help us. And yes, they will, because they're going to send all of their young people to the prestigious universities, and they're all going to learn these standard lines, and they're all going to use these standard outdated reference works, and they're going to, quote unquote, learn Greek, and they're going to teach all of their young kids to go learn Greek too, and they're all going to be up a creek because they're not actually learning Greek. That's cool. I should make that into a shirt. Let me make a note. You're actually up a creek 'cause you're not actually learning. And I really appreciate Steven Anderson's documentary on that, where he actually went to Greece and was speaking Greek. And at the very end, where he had James White. Steven Anderson doesn't even speak Greek. That was cute. Some of you probably think the churches won't stand for this, but he went on to say the churches will help us. The Christians are going to help us. They're going to encourage this. This was done back in this speech was given in 69. Not long before the New King James came out either. Interesting. And there was a lot of modern versions before and around this and stuff like that. Very interesting. And if you think that a conspiracy against the Bible began when he gave this speech, I would say, Ripplinger would say, James Seitler would disagree. David W. Daniels, the wild-eyed conspiracy theorist, would agree that you're off your rocker if you think that the conspiracy began when Richard Day gave this speech. There was no elaboration on this. It was unclear just what he had in mind when he said, quote, "The churches will help us." In retrospect, I think some of us now can understand what he might have meant at the time. I recall then only of thinking, no, they won't. You're wrong. But remember, if Gnosticism is the New Age, and the New Age and Gnosticism's express goal is to infiltrate Christianity and make a New World religion, and if the order is at all connected with this, possibly it's only been like dramatically hinted at. I don't know what you guys need to think that. No, they won't. Okay. And remembering our Lord's words where he said to Peter, "Thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." Of course, because boom, any Catholic has ever questioned about anything, and instantly, nope, "Thou art Peter, and upon this rock," and they go through this verse because nope, the Catholic Church is never going to be broken. So yes, some people in churches might help, and in the subsequent 20 years, I've seen how some people in churches have helped. I believe Lawrence Dunnigan is now dead. That, what have you seen in the last 20 years? I would love to hear it. But we also know that our Lord's words will stand, and the gates of hell will not prevail. He changed it to our Lord's words. Our Lord's words. And it jumped up to 10 people. That's our peak. Our Lord's words will stand, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Sorry for you person who is just tuning in. The live stream is actually over. You can watch the recording. We went through the New Order of Barbarians just to sum all this up, and we saw how one pediatrician, his life was changed forever, and your life can be changed forever as well. You will never look at the world the same after reading or listening to the audio that we have on our channel of the New Order of Barbarians with Dr. Lawrence Dunnigan. Thought he was going to a regular pediatrics doctor's type meeting. Thought it was all going to be hunky-dory, have a meal, listen to a few speeches, go home, go to bed, pat the dog on the head. Nope. He sat down for the ride of his life, 2 hours of a man that he respected greatly. The chairman of the Department of Pediatrics of the University of Pittsburgh and medical director of Planned Parenthood Federation of America and member of the Order, Dr. Richard Day. And I believe that this speech actually took place at some place called Mount Zion Medical Center or something like this, actually apparently here in New York State. If America doesn't Christianize New York, New York will paganize America. That was a statement Ruckman made a long time ago. And somebody else had made it before him. I don't know who it was. And as Dr. Richard Day stood up, he said, "All right, guys, we're planning a new world order. I don't want you to take notes. I don't want you to record this. If you repeat this, I'll deny it. But I want you guys to be aware so you can be prepared. There are major changes coming to the world, and I'm going to tell you about them. I am not taking any questions either." And he started talking. And he said, 5 years ago, I would not have been this sure that the plan was going to work. But in the last 5 years, I have grown to realize that there is no stopping it. Highly recommend that you guys listen to that audio series. in your commute, on your way to church, on your way home from church. Just don't listen to it at church while you're supposed to be paying attention. Bring it to your pastor's attention. Share it on your social media. Share this video on your social media. Start asking the hard questions. Start asking the weird questions, because I'm telling you guys, from here, things just get weirder. So yeah. Stay tuned for more of the Bible version conspiracy. And it looks like my internet is not liking me right now, as I stalled up something fierce right there. Going through a lot of purchases that I made for probably the last 5 years or so, different books and stuff like this. I've been surprised how many of these different books back here I've had for so many years, and they haven't been read. I'll tell you what, if, Lord willing, we reach the goal of going full-time with this ministry, the Bible version conspiracy, it will be a lot easier to be able to read all these books. And my attention deficit will hopefully be helped a little bit by the Speechify app, and I can just take a picture of the page and we will actually read it to me, and I can follow along and I can make notes and things like that, and scan them into my tablet and be able to edit them and just, really go to town. Maybe devour like a book a week or something like that, or I don't have a clue what I would do with this being my full-time gig. That would be amazing. Pray about it. Please. Just pray about it. You guys can make this dream possible. You can. And I tell you what, if all of my subscribers, let me get out my calculator. If all of my subscribers, which total at the time being, hopefully more if you guys share the video, like, share, subscribe, please. I'm pretty sure everybody watching this is already subscribed though. If all of my subscribers, which are 372, were to donate $35 a month, which is not going to kill anybody, that would be $13,020 a month. That would be phenomenal. That would be absolutely phenomenal. And you guys would be getting a free merch, shirts, mugs, hoodies, stuff like that. Every 3 months, they send those out. You guys can also check out our merch. Links in the description to our spread shop, where you guys can check out our new designs, suggest new ones. Our best-selling design of last year was actually a design that I got from the inspiration from someone else who actually messaged something to me. That is the 1611 Words from Heaven shirt. That was a stroke of genius. I forget who recommended that or mentioned it, but that has been a big help. So, guys, like I said, please pray about it. That's all I ask. And share this video with your friends. Share some of our other videos with your friends. Check out the videos on our channel. See if there are any of the shorter ones or ones that you'd be interested in listening to. Any that you guys want me to make. Any questions or comments or books or anything like this that you want me to look at or talk about on this live stream, or anything else. If you have any suggestions for our website, Card Carrying Christians, totally leave a comment on either the homepage or any of the other pages. They all have a contact form. Just get a hold of me, send me your ideas. I'm telling you guys, this is the time to matter. This is the time for the conspiracy theorist or such like that time for the theories to start not being theories. Because the thing is about a conspiracy theory is once it's proven, it's not a theory anymore. And that's why all of the conspiracy theories are so easy to ignore because, oh, none of them actually are true until they're proven true, and then they're not a conspiracy theory anymore. Okay. That's how that works. So yeah, we'll talk about this more later. And there's no other comments for me to deal with, so I will leave it at that. I will say sayonara, good night, adios. And we'll see you next week, Friday night. Same bad time, same bad old YouTube. And we will be back. And I'm hoping to come out with another video sometime in the middle of this week. This past week has been very busy and stressful for me. So we will figure that all out. Shades. Triple shades. Video out this coming week. Probably going to be based off of one of our live streams, just kind of condensed down. This is like the best time for me to actually make content right now, and then just kind of chop it out. Making the individual videos is getting harder and harder to actually do. The editing, I think I'm going to have to probably cut back on the editing part of it because it makes it so long to actually produce videos. So yeah, that's a little bit of an update for you guys. And yeah. Trying to think if there was anything else. If I think of anything else, I'll post it to the YouTube channel. Because posts are a thing now for people that have less subscribers, like I do. And we can actually make posts now, and you guys can see the updates and stuff like that whenever you log into your YouTube app. Either the website on your computer, browser, or your phone. And I think that the phones get notifications at least. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, please make a YouTube channel. It takes about 2 minutes to set up, and make a I just got a comment on Facebook through Messenger from Albert, I believe. Let me just double check that really quickly. If you guys want, you guys can message me through Facebook. I'm not going to say that I will necessarily always see the notification, but oh, let me do this math too. This might be nice. So our peak number of viewers tonight was 10 viewers because it's late. I know the answer to this. Why am I doing this? $350 a month. If all the people who watched tonight were subscribed to us through Patreon at the highest tier we have available right now, which is $35. $350, we would be able to go live during regular business hours, get more viewers, put out more quality content in a couple of months. I shall take a look, says Albert. Suffer not a witch, that's true. I am behind a few minutes in comments on the YouTube on YouTube when I wrote it, but I was at part of vid on Satanists. Gotcha. I am Clyrol. Got you. Okay. So that's who you is. Suffer not what to live. I gotcha. Okay. Typo. That makes more sense. I was like, suffer not what to live. This guy's got to be on drugs or something. I've got a druggie commenting on my YouTube videos. But no, it was just a typo. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, Albert. Alrighty. So mentioned the merch, mentioned Patreon, mentioned the Buy Me a Coffee thing. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. I'm just throwing it out there. There is no, you're watching this YouTube channel, so you've got to support us, you know. No forceful, you know, you don't have to do this. This is totally free will. You guys can do it if you want to. If you guys love the channel, think it's a great idea, you can help support us. You can help this grow. Think about it this way. I'm not going to compare myself to Gail Riplinger. I can't compare myself to Gail Riplinger. I do not have the education. I have not done the research. I have not borne the brunt of the response she received to her books. I am not close on a spiritual level or Bible knowledge. But just for the sake of a comparison, just to kind of get you thinking. If when Mrs. Riplinger was laid up in her bed and she was suffering from, you know, her connective tissue disorder really bad for several years or whatever it was that was wrong with her. And she had a Patreon page and she had a live stream that she did, you know, late at night when she could do it, when she wasn't sleeping during the day or whatever. And maybe you were a part of it and listened to it. Wouldn't it be phenomenal to be able to say that ignorance can be cured by learning the truth? Yes, but stupid is forever, as people say. Wouldn't it be fantastic? I would love to be able to say that, yeah, you know, I was part of that. I watched her journey. I followed her posts that she made. I was there for the research, for the building part of it. You know, I was the guy behind this or that idea on such a page or other. You know, having your name in the thank you or the acknowledgments at the front of her books, something like that would be astronomical. Something like that would be fantastic. Compare it to right now with this little YouTube channel that we've got going on here. I do plan on writing a book one day. Maybe I'll actually read some of the books on my shelf too in the meantime. But anyways, I'm giving you the chance of a lifetime. Like, what's his face? Oh, you know, hee-haw. Can't remember his name from It's a Wonderful Life. I'm giving you an opportunity to get in on the ground floor in plastics. Explain to this guy, you know. My brain is freezing on what one. What page was that in Joey book? Let me answer that question real quick, and then we will be done. Page in Joey book for which? For what? The Manly P. Hall quote, I think you said was 266 to 267. There's also the sowing devilish doubt part. And some plain people in the way. I believe that also has that in there. Conditioning for a one world church would be another good one to look at. Those are the first few chapters. Ignorance can be cured by learning truth. What page was that in Joey book? I'm not sure, but I'll give you a hint. If you go to our website, cardcarryingchristians.com, go there, download the PDF, open the PDF in Chrome. If you open it in Chrome, I believe that if you open a PDF in Chrome, you can hit Control F. So like hold the control button and hit F at the same time. And Control F will give you a search bar in the top right. And in that search bar, you can type in keywords that you remember. And it will bring up every instance where those keywords or combination of words or whatever actually show up in the document. So like if you're looking for Manly P Hall, you could type in Manly P Hall and it would show every time that Manly P Hall shows up in there. And there's little arrows next to that search bar. You can hit the down or the up one and it'll take you to the first case, second case, third case as you arrow up and down through the search bar there. Again, that is Control F, and the website for downloading the PDF is cardcarryingchristians.com/the-word. And we don't get any commission from you downloading that PDF. That's totally free. It is free of charge. You may download it to your heart's content. You may print it, whatever you please. I think I actually have a copy of it on my tablet, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's about what I can do for you for that, since I don't know what you're actually talking about. So yeah, at this point, I am not an expert. I don't probably aim to be an expert, but you know, we've gone a little bit over time. Right now, I'm just a lowly YouTuber with a touch of graphic design know-how. And yeah, hopefully this grows, and this is kind of just something that I would do anyways because this is one of my passions, and I really want this to work out. So yeah, like I said, pray about it. And we are going to end that here. The best thing that you can do for me for free is take this video or any of our other YouTube videos and share them to your social media outlets. Share them to Twitter, share them to Facebook, share them to you can share them on your YouTube channel, I believe, or your YouTube account as well. Sam Wainwright was George. That's right. Thank you, Enquire Meta. Enrique Meta. Okay, I think that was right. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching as well. Just found this while watching A Lamp in the Dark. Anthony Eusebius. Okay, found this as in, I'm assuming finding this video. Cool, very cool. It's interesting that YouTube would associate us with that. If you want to find the other documentaries that Chris Pinto has done, we do have a page for that. I've got a page for that. cardcarryingchristians.com/untold Bible story. You guys can go to cardcarryingchristians.com and scroll most of the way down. It's under I believe it's called Find Every Word of God is the section title. And there's a card there, a black card with a Bible. And it says The Untold Bible Story, and that gives you a link to Chris Pinto's documentaries on that page. You guys can watch them there through YouTube, and they're all lined up right there for you. And I think I might also have links to where you could buy the DVDs. I don't remember what I have there. It's been a while. So anyways, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And like I said, like I was trying to say, the best way that you guys can help this channel is by sharing the videos that we have, especially because I know, I get it. It's hard to think about investing the money that you earn through your labor on, a 2-bit 30-year-old kid, pretty much, on a live stream at 12:30 at night. I totally get that. But the wording is really bad in my head. There's some dumb sucker out there that would do it. And if you share the video, that poor sucker has a higher chance of being like, "Hey, I want to help expose the Bible version conspiracy." So, and then go for it. So yeah, share the videos. It's free, it's easy, it's fast, and it helps us out so much. Ordained minister here. Okay. My ministry is giving out KJV wherever I can. That's cool. I was witnessed to by a little old lady who learned English from a KJV and gave me my first Bible. That is really cool. That is really cool. And when I was reading that, I was thinking of the Joy Foss book, where repeatedly there's this little old lady that's like, if the King James Bible was good enough for Paul, it was good enough for me. It was good enough for a little old lady that couldn't even speak English. Apparently. Wow. That is a good ministry, by the way. Feel free to post a link if you have a website in this chat here, or you can email it to me, or Facebook Messenger, Joseph Armstrong. Bible Version Conspiracy. If you want to email us, Bible Version Conspiracy as one word at gmail.com. That would be fantastic to be able to help you with whatever I can. Yep. That reminds me of another story. No. We're going to be here all night. Oh, what was his face? Who was that guy that couldn't even read? Maybe by next week I'll remember his name. I would love to compare defense books as I am amassing whatever hard copies I can. Defense books, as in like King James Bible defense. Cool. I will not say that I have read all of them. I certainly have not, but I think I have most of the good ones and a lot of the not so good ones personally. There's a few that I want to get my hands on, but yeah, a lot of them are available from avpublications.com. Gail Ripplinger sells a lot of really good ones. So yeah, if you want to email me or whatever, you certainly can. I do have a video on our channel about the top 22 books that I recommend for pursuing this topic of defending the King James Bible. And not all of them and not all of the good ones made it on there. I did not mention Wilbur Pickering and his Identity of the New Testament Text. I did not mention Edward Hills. I did not mention the books by David Otis Fuller. I did not mention any of those books. I tried to stay a little bit more along the lines of the conspiratorial aspect of things because of the niche, the sub-niche of the channel. But yeah, there's some good books on that one, and if you have any questions, definitely leave a comment. And yeah, if you do email me your link, then I'll definitely ask that question again about what hard copies you would like. And if there are people who are interested, yep, friends of Gail Ripplinger. If you guys are a fan of Gail Ripplinger, you like what she did, you like New Age Bible versions, hazardous materials and all of thy word, those ones, and different things like that sort, you guys can request to join the Friends of Gail Ripplinger group on Facebook. We don't have a tremendous amount of resources on there right now, but your resource are the fellow group members whom you may ask whatever question you wish. That's a good one to start with. Thank you. And I'm glad that I started that Facebook page or group. It's up to a little over 700 people now. It's been amazing watching it grow and being able to moderate what I could, and be able to help with that group. Also, Stephen Shutt, Gail Ripplinger's son-in-law, is the other administrator of that group. So totally join us there. There are many good groups on Facebook that offer a lot of good info and files. Yep, that is true. And I just want to delve into this topic all night long. That's the thing that has this channel maybe having a chance at success, because it's kind of an obsession with me. I love this aspect of it. I love conspiracy theories. I've loved them my whole life. And now that I know that there is a conspiracy behind the modern Bible versions and an attack on the King James Bible and stuff like this, and just things going on, hard questions that are not answered, I just want to do all of it. It's going to be so much fun. And if you guys want to keep up with our journey here, make sure you hit subscribe to this channel and hit that little bell button thing, and make sure you set your notifications to all so that you don't miss what we do on our YouTube channel on a weekly basis. And yeah, check out the links in the description if you want to support what we're doing. So yeah, I will leave it with that. Oh, another comment. I've got to take it. Sorry, I don't have a web page yet. That is okay, but I will email you, and I will watch the video on your recommended books. Sounds good. Have you read David W. Daniels' books or Sorensen's? I have not read Sorensen's. That's the problem. I don't have any of his books. I'm a loser. David Daniels, I have read. Obviously, did the Catholic Church give us the Bible? I've read Is the World's Oldest Bible a Fake? I actually bring that book up in the video. And I have not read the book. I don't think completely, no. But I did listen to the audiobook that he made of it. I wish he made all of his books into audiobooks, but the Why They Changed the Bible is a very good one for him to have done that with, I think. And I want to get his book for the channel so that I can go over that for you guys. On the Who Faked the World's Oldest Bible. That's his more recent one. There are also other group leaders there to network with. Yep. Everybody that is a friend of Gail Riplinger, and different people that lead other groups and people to, yep. I have not formed a lot of connections because I'm on Facebook to accept people into the group and scroll for about 2 minutes down my timeline, share funny memes and cartoons, and then promptly leave. That is about the extent, and messaging some friends. That's about what I do on Facebook. But yeah, once we go full time with this in another 2 or 3 days, right? I don't know how long it's going to take to go full time with this, but once I do, it's going to be an absolute blast. Especially if we'll be able to travel whenever we want. Wow, being able to go and meet people and stuff like that, this would be fantastic. He also has NKJV, the Bridge Bible. Yes. That one I started reading and I got a ways into it and I kind of lost interest, which was sad because I was hoping more. I was hoping for more from it. But it does have the some smoking guns in it, so I would recommend that book. That's why it's even mentioned. I kind of mentioned it kind of flippantly in the video because I'm kind of crushed for time in that sort of format. But yeah, not gonna diss the book. Not going to diss it at all. You buy a copy and you tell me what you think. So yeah. Maybe one of these live stream times I will actually take you guys through my bookshelf, and you guys might be interested to see what I've got going on behind me here. I've got that sucker from the top to the bottom. Of course, they are not all King James defending books. There is a lot of stuff mixed in there. But these ones are the ones that I am excited about. I'm excited to have these, and I'm excited to read them and look at them and stuff like that. Especially the Calvin and Hobbes ones, which I've gone through like 40 times, that are on the bottom shelf. Because this is me. Let me tell you, I think that this, and I want to be over so bad. I'm gonna be over after this. I'm gonna try so hard. I think that this debate, this whole Bible version thing, we just peaked at 11 people, and now we're back down to 9. Whatever. I think that this debate, this controversy needs all kinds. I think it needs the crazy idiots that don't know what they're talking about, like me, to make a YouTube channel, a simple free YouTube channel, and then just start talking about things that are like, wait, what about this? What about that? Stuff like this. And just start, thinking about things that we might not be able to think about otherwise. I mean, people write things in books and we think about them and then we lose them and then we just go on with our lives. But what happens when there's something that's part of the public record that's sitting there going, oh man, that guy said that on you. Let me go watch that again. Oh man, he said that. I would share it with somebody else. What do you think about this? Stuff like that. Things like that can be really effective. And I do want to write a book eventually, but we'll see about that. And that's in the future, I think. But it wouldn't be in the past, obviously. It's getting late. I think that not only do we need Peter Ruckman was good for a lot of things, and there was a lot of things that, and Gail, I can't say anything negative about her, but she is very smart, very smart. And there's a lot of people out there that are hurting themselves inside, like they are inwardly they are hurting, and there are other people that are just hurting King James onlyism by their lousy attitude and their argumentative, and just driving people off and making everybody look at King James onlyism as if they're all a bunch of mean, crazy people, and that is sad. And what I want to try to do with this channel is I want to try to change things and I want to help this stuff matter. I want to fill this hole. I want to fill the non-scholarly YouTube podcasty kind of, weird little spot on the idea of there being a conspiracy behind changing the King James Bible into these modern versions. And I think that there is, obviously, or else I wouldn't be making the channel, but I want to make sure that there is before, take it, you take it just that way and really run with it. And I'm speaking nonsense now. It's just really, I want to know if there's a conspiracy behind this stuff. I want to know if there's not a conspiracy behind this stuff. I want to know. I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to know what's true and what is not. There's a lot of holes that need to be filled to make this King James onlyism thing complete and help it to keep moving forward. And I'm hoping that I can fit comfortably into the YouTube conspiracy little niche, do my job, and help this group, this tribe, whatever you want to call it, this movement matter. Because I think that it's time for the conspiracy theories to start mattering before the conspiracy theories all start coming true at once. We're not ready, folks. We're not ready. All right. Have a good night. I'm going to get out of here. Currently reading Ruckman. Was there a BC Septuagint? Very eye-opening. I want to read that too. David W. Daniels has a book about that as well. Did Jesus use the LXX? I believe it is called, something like that. I've got it up there somewhere. All right. Have a good night, guys. And don't forget to read your King James Bible, like the devil's after it, because it truly is a Bible version conspiracy. I've got to read mine more. That's for sure. Have a good night.